One man has a clean sheet, the other one shot the bed, but who is Stevie Clark going to go with ahead of the World Cup qualifiers? Welcome back, guys, to Fog Football. It's a pretty simple choice at this moment in time. It's between two. It's between either Craig Gordon or Angus Gunn for the Scotland #1 jersey. And I think he should be going with Mr. Craig Gordon himself.
Yes, the poll doesn't lie. 72% voting for Craig Gordon. You look at Craig Gordon, what he's done for Scotland in the last couple of games there. I think if Angus Gunn was in nets, I think we'd have conceded against Portugal in that 0-0 game. Don't get me wrong, I actually thought away in Portugal, in Lisbon, I thought Angus Gunn was actually phenomenal. But he still cost some goals. Craig Gordon brings the consistency, but I don't get Clark, man. Why does he pick and choose when these people come in? Like, why did he have Craig Gordon part of the setup, and then we get to tournaments and it's like, well, Gordon, you're not good enough, son.
Yeah, you're not even good enough to get picked in the squad ahead of Kelly or Clark. But now all of a sudden, Craig Gordon, Angus Gunn gets injured, Craig Gordon's playing, he's #1 for Scotland. I mean, I get it. At that moment in time, Craig Gordon was #2 for Hearts. But should that really be Steve Clark's mentality? I think that's shitebaggery for Steve Clark.
It's like, Naismith thinks you're second best, so I'm not taking you.
It's almost like Steve Clark saying, I can only pick who Stephen Naismith believes is the better goalkeeper. Because when Sander Clark was the #1, that means Stevie Clark put Clark ahead of Gordon, but now that Gordon's and I get it, you could argue, well, he can't pick somebody who's not getting game. But see, for me, I don't agree with that. What if you're a different manager? You might think that Craig Gordon's better than Sander Clark and that he should be getting game time. But are you just not going to pick him because Stephen Naismith believes that Sander's better?
No, it's ridiculous. I mean, Steve Clark, you're right. He's his own man. And Craig Gordon, right? Coming back for a double leg break was never going to just go straight in for Clark.
But he left him at the Euros because basically he was #2 at Hearts.
Yeah.
But do you think that Steve Clark truly believes that out of the 4 goalkeepers that were in the squad before the cut-off period, do you think he really believes Craig Gordon's the worst at the 4?
No, we said this at the time.
He just wasn't brave enough to pick Craig Gordon because he wasn't #1. But I don't get that logic.
No, I mean, Clark's he's a shite bag is what he is. That's what it is. I mean, Craig Gordon has to start now. But I think when Gunn comes back, he'll probably just throw Clark in. Even though based off the same logic.
He'll throw Clark in?
Well, he'll throw Gunn in.
Gunn? You need the gun, mate.
Nah, he's not. No, I think Sander Clark stays in Scotland or done.
So anyway,
as the nation, not the country.
We put up the poll. 72% are saying Craig Gordon. 28% are saying Angus Gunn. Honestly, I think Craig Gordon should be winning this by a bigger margin than this. I think it should be a landslide. I've never rated Angus Gunn. I'll give you 2 reasons why Craig Gordon should be above Angus Gunn, and it's 2 simple fucking reasons. First of all, Craig Gordon is a far superior goalkeeper. We can argue whether or not he's in his prime, and he's not, let's be honest, but I still believe that Craig Gordon at 42 is better than Angus Gunn at 28. So I still think that Craig Gordon is a better goalkeeper. That should be the most important reason as to why he gets picked ahead of Gunn. And reason number 2 is Gunn's English. Gunn's represented England at an under 21 level. And this guy in 2017, 2018 was wanted to be called up to Scotland by, I believe it was Alex McLeish, and he turned Scotland down just because he thought he had a chance of getting part of the England setup,
which is disgraceful.
And I believe he did actually. I think he was in a few England squads, but never actually played. But he was in a few English squads.
So fuck him.
So to me, that's the second reason.
Aye.
The guy's represented England at under 21 level and was holding it, hoping that he would get picked for the England international team, and he ended up getting picked, but he never obviously got played. And then I guess after a while he just thought, you know what, I'm never really going to get an opportunity, so I'll just settle for Scotland. I don't want somebody that's just going to settle for Scotland. No. Get the fuck out, man, seriously.
No, I agree with that. You know, I think there's
And I don't want to hear, oh, it's xenophobic, or it's not. I mean, see if you consider yourself English, or you would rather play for England over Scotland, then that's fucking fine. You do that. Like, what's the fact? See, whenever I listen to Super Scoreboard, man, and you've got like, what's Gordon Duncan, and he's like desperate. Who's that guy that plays? He's English, but they want to try and get him for Scotland.
Gordon? No, not Gordon.
Harvey Barnes, is it?
Aye.
It's like the guy obviously doesn't want to play for us.
Yeah, so just leave it at that.
And see in a couple of years, if he decides, well, I'm probably not going to have an England career, I don't want him.
No, I know.
I've no issue, right, with someone being majority English and maybe qualifying through a Scottish grandparent or whatever. I still don't like that rule, but I've no issue if they get asked to play and represent Scotland and they say yes straight away.
I don't wait for
They
England.
accept the offer. But see if they keep turning down Scotland and hope that they get picked for England, then after like 3, 4, 5 years, they figure out, well, you know what, I'm probably not going to get an England call-up, so I'll just say I'd rather play any international football than none. I don't want someone like that in the team.
Nah, me neither.
So for me, it should be Craig Gordon all day long.
No, it should be Craig Gordon all day long, and he's better.
And let's be honest, right? Craig Gordon, McGregor and Marshall, right? Scotland had three really good generational goalkeepers there, right? No doubt about it. And you can argue out the three what order, right? That's fair enough. I don't really care. But what I think you can't argue is there's not been the same drop-off for Gordon as there's been with Alan McGregor and David Marshall. David Marshall, I think, the final 3-4 years of his career, pretty garbage.
Yes.
Alan McGregor, second final year of his career, he was really, really bad. Yeah. And then the final year of his career, he kind of just, it was a swan song. I don't think Craig Gordon has declined like those two have.
No. I think Craig Gordon's just as good as he was a couple of years ago. But a double leg break is a double leg break. And for me, you keep playing him until he goes off a cliff. No one's in their prime at 42. Doesn't matter what sport it is.
No, but I've not seen this big drop-off for Craig Gordon. I don't think he's as good as he used to be, but I still think Craig Gordon maybe operating at 80% is better than Angus Gunn operating at 100%.
Yeah, I agree. And even if he has a drop-off, he could still be better than Gunn. No guarantees that.
No, I think he has had a drop-off. What planet are you on?
Talk about a bigger drop-off than right. He's obviously going to get fucking worse, is my point. What planet am I on? The planet of fucking biology, mate. Craig Gordon's going to get worse.
Well, I'm glad you can accept that and understand that.
Aye. Well, do you understand
Craig Gordon's not in his prime right now. He's not enjoying his best years as a goalkeeper.
Neither's Hearts Football Club.
Hey, what's that got to do with shit?
Take the bait, big man. Take the bait. Woo! Is it time we go into the comments?
Aye.
Because I think you're going to blow a gasket here. With your Diddy club. Anyway.
If there's any Aberdeen fans saying Gunn should be in the...
Aye. Gordon has been Scotland's best keeper for the last 20 years, and we need experience at the back. Win-win.
That's getting a heart for me. That comment's legit.
What about the 66 hail part?
Didn't you see that? It says 67, does it no?
That's it. 67, that's it. Why did I say 66?
Yeah, why would it be 66?
Yeah, I can't.
Oh, I'm on the planet of biology. Your head's done.
What planet are you on then?
Planet football.
Planet Stasiak. Right, here we go. Hugh Trodden says, me, I'm only 68, I should fit in.
You know what? Do you know anybody called Hugh who's young?
No.
This guy here, 68. Hugh Evans
had to be young at one point.
Hugh Evans is 72.
Hugh Hefner. Hugh Jackman.
The guy for the BBC, Hughie.
Hugh Edwards.
Aye, him.
His is more like... It's still Hugh, but it's a weird
It's a version. It's a different version, but...
It's the sort of version that if you spell it, you would be a nonce, and that's what happened to Hugh Edwards. Anyway, let's move on. Beer guy, Jim Leighton played for Scotland in his 40s. No reason not to keep the gloves on Craig Gordon. He's reliable and kept the clean sheet against Portugal.
And you know what, man? To me, I don't really feel international football the same as club football. You don't really... See, international football, I don't think you're playing enough games to be like, oh no, you've got to filter through the youth. They'll get better the more you play them. Like Angus Gunn isn't an 18, 19-year-old that's going to benefit from regular. Do you know what I mean? At the international level, I think you play your best players. To me, it's international clubs, international teams and clubs are different.
Yeah, absolutely they are. Of course they are.
See if Scotland was a club, I think you could certainly make a case. No, look, Craig Gordon's coming towards the end of his career. He can be a good backup. He can be a good stand-in, experienced. But we need to start building for the future. I don't think international football works like that. I think you simply pick your best 11, regardless of age.
Yeah.
And for me, Craig Gordon is better.
I just think Craig Gordon's days are numbered, though. I don't think he'll get to the 2026 World Cup. Mainly because we won't. I mean, if we did, I don't think he'd be there. You know what I mean? I think Clark's a knob.
See if Clark says to him, Gordon, you keep this level of performance up and you will be my number one. He will stay around.
Oh, that's different, though. But there will be no guarantees. I think Gunn's getting fired straight back in. Telling you.
Well, I tell you what, I'll be having words with Steve Clark if he does that.
Davier says, so either someone who's past it and should have retired, or Angus Blunder. Great choice. Eh? Ooh. Take it away, Hearts, man.
I wouldn't say Craig Gordon's past it. Past his best, maybe. But when you use the term past it, that tells me this guy's stayed here too long. This guy's no longer good enough. This guy's stuck around like a bad smell. I don't see that with Craig Gordon.
No. I mean, I think when someone gets to 42, you can say they're past it, right? And maybe there was a point in time for Craig Gordon to go on a high. And I agree, but if Clark let him play like the Euros in 2021, right? Maybe he could have retired after that.
It's a fucking joke that we, in the last 2 European tournaments, we played 6 games and Craig Gordon's not played one.
No, it is.
And it's not like Marshall and Gunn were amazing at them.
Yeah, but do you know what I mean, though?
Yeah, but you can't even say, well, look how good Gunn and Marshall were at the Euros. They kept Craig Gordon out. See, going into the last games, I think there was enough justification to say, right, Gunn and Marshall, you've had your chance.
As soon as Marshall let that chance in the first game, man, we should have been subbed off as soon as armed. Come on, Craig Gordon. Come on up, big man. Paul Ryan says, depressing the only options they have. Bob says, my granny is younger than these two. I mean, Angus Gunn's 28. How young can your granny be, mate?
Yeah, it's a bit worrying.
I mean, even if your granny was younger than Craig Gordon, I'd be like, okay. But, I mean, younger than 28's taking the biscuit, Bob.
Anyway, well, I don't know what that's got to do with anything. You seen women's football? It's fucking awful. I don't want anyone's granny in nets.
No. Anonymous says Gordon because he's a safe pair of hands, unlike Papadom hands gun. I agree with that. And then to wrap
I like Papadoms, but I think
they're a bit bland.
I don't want a Papadom in nets for Scotland.
James Murray says do not care, but he cared that much to comment.
Yeah, I don't get that. I don't care, but I'm going to waste my time to type out these 3 words to.
Thank you, James Murray. Thank you so much. But I mean, as for the other 2 goalies, Liam Kelly's killed his Scotland career by going to Rangers.
Is Scotland? I think he's killed his career in general.
Oh, well, yeah. No, he's not even played the cup games. No, I actually that's fucking disgraceful. By the way, how has Liam Kelly not played the Premier Sports Cup games?
See, when Liam Kelly is considering going to Rangers, I'm not gonna lie, right? And I'm not gonna sit here and pretend that I know exactly how it works. But Liam Kelly, when he goes to Rangers, it's safe to assume that he probably is hoping that Butland gets moved on. He's probably hoping that Butland gets sold because he knows that if Butland doesn't, he'll be the number 2. But do you not think when he goes there, see when he's speaking to the manager and he's about to sign and make it official, does he not speak with Clement and go, look, I know that I'm starting as the number 2 here, but will I get opportunities to prove myself? Will I get a chance to try and take the number 1 jersey away from Butland? What will I be playing in? Will you be rotating the keeper maybe after European games? Will I get the odd league match? Will I get the cup matches? I wonder if that conversation is actually taking place.
I think it's quite tragic that it's going to take an injury on Jack Butland to actually force him at the team.
No, but let's say Rangers are playing for Europa League or whatever Thursday night, and then they've got maybe St Johnstone at Ibrox on Sunday. Is that not a time where you could maybe put Liam Kelly in?
No, absolutely. But if he's not starting right home games in the cup against lower opposition, he's not going to play. He's not going to.
So what's your thoughts? What, Liam Kelly, did he have a conversation?
Yeah.
Or do you think he thought, you know what, I just want to pay him, I want the money.
Maybe if Rangers are through in the Champions League on match day 8 and there's nothing to play for, he might
Champions
get that.
League?
Oh, sorry, I wish it was Champions League, Europa League.
Your head's done talking about all this shit that doesn't exist.
It was the last time Hearts were in the Champions League, mate.
You say you're on planet biology. Get to planet Earth. Get to reality.
When was the last time Hearts were in the Champions League?
When we finished above Rangers in the league.
How long ago was that?
We done it
Wait,
fair.
group stages, mate? Never been in it.
And what's your point?
Oh.
Neither's Aberdeen.
Well, you're fucking wired to the moon about I don't give a shit about it.
No, but there's only 2 teams in Scotland that have been in the Champions League group stage here, so why are you throwing out that as if it's a dig?
Because your team's shite, that's why.
No, you're saying it as if every team's done it except Hearts.
You said your team was in it. Oh, 06, 07, whatever the fuck it was.
05, 06.
No, is that the year?
No, 06, 07.
Yeah, my point, because it's the year after. But that's like saying Rangers have been in the Champions League like the past decade because, they've been in the qualifiers. No, only a Diddy club would think that way.
But hold on. We were the last non-Old Firm team to be in a Champions League qualifier. Unless Motherwell were in one that I can't remember.
They were.
Aye, but they're shite. They didn't do well.
Anyway.
We took the game to AAK Athens.
Craig Gordon was a part of that run, wasn't he?
Aye.
All those years ago.
Then he got a £12 million move to Sunderland. Look, Craig Gordon moved to Sunderland for 12 million when for Scotland, for a Scottish team.
Is it not in the Old Firm?
That tells you who's the better goalkeeper. Back when the money wasn't even that high, look how much he moved for Hearts. Angus Gunn wouldn't know.
You're right.
Gunn wouldn't know what a fucking £12 million transfer is.
See when Craig Gordon moved for 12 million, like.
There
was very few teams in world football that would actually pay 12 million.
And I'm pretty sure that was the highest transfer goalkeeper at the time.
And it's weird that Sunderland paid all that.
Was that not the highest transferred goalkeeper? I'm pretty sure at the time it was.
But anyway, that's where we're going to end it, man, because we're just going to ramble on here. Till next time, Craig Gordon should be in there.